Tonight, statewide elections, Clemson football controversies, and another update on Clemson parking. All this right here on Clemson News Now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Kate Taylor.
And I'm Ann Withers. Millions of low-income families are bracing for impact this winter as the government shutdown battles threaten the entire federal SNAP food benefits. The ongoing government shutdown brings with it a threat to the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP benefits.
The United States Department of Agriculture issued a recent announcement outlining the potential consequences of rapidly diminishing funding towards SNAP benefits. This poses a nationwide concern for low-income families that have relied on food stamps since their permanent implementation in 1964. The shutdown, motivated by a conflict in Congress regarding resource allocation for the 2026 budget, comes with an absence of benefits for the month of November, with zero federal funding available to sustain the program.
The Trump administration addresses the issue by claiming that an approved budget will eventually resume the benefits once the government shutdown is ended. SNAP benefits have been a partisan issue for some time, with President Trump claiming that former President Biden allocated food stamps too freely to recipients, leading to unnecessary spending. Still, many outspeak on social media, attributing to the lack of nutritional support to the current Trump administration, and while on social media, Trump continues to call for radical left Democrats to end the shutdown in order to fully reinstate the benefits.
In the meantime, the Trump administration has committed to partially funding SNAP by paying out 50% of the normal benefits using a $4.65 billion contingency fund. Although many still express concern over the timeline of this solution considering the issue's urgency. While the budget stalemate continues in Congress, struggling families can find assistance in nutritional support by entering their address on the Feeding America website to find local food banks.
In the upstate area, there are locations including the Harvest of Hope in Greenville and in Columbia, distributing food to those in need from November 5th through the 7th, as well as November 10th through the 14th. More information can be found at harvestofhope.org.
The fate of SNAP benefits hinges on decisions made in Washington, but closer to home, citizens are making their voices heard in this week's local elections.
Polls were open on Tuesday as South Carolina municipal elections took place across the state. Voters casted their ballots for mayors and town council members, as well as one primary vote for a Lexington County House seat. Key elections this voting season included Districts 1 and 4, as well as the Columbia Mayor and City Council at large.
Despite dozens of municipal offices, from water commissioners to council members, being tallied across the state, turnout for the polls is expected to be lower than the current Board of Elections officials hope for, with many calling for a rise in participation statewide. Board members such as Isaac Kramer from Charleston County argue that although the state elections are notoriously attended far less than presidential elections, they often hold the most immediate impact on communities in their respective regions.
While voters decided on who would run the cities for the next few years, it's the administrative decisions that are giving students and faculty at Clemson University a new headache.
Last Sunday, construction began on a new medical building that is being built within the C1 lot. In the next 2 years, Redfern will be replaced with the Medical University of South Carolina, including office spaces. This construction has made the lessening amount of parking spaces for students even worse, with students creating petitions and taking to social media platforms such as Instagram, Snapchat, and Yik Yak in order to voice their concerns.
Looking at the plan that takes over nearly half of the parking lot, campus parking facilities have attempted to provide some solutions to mitigate the rising issues. They're providing an increase in parking ride services and reminding students of the further changes regarding next year's removal of the residential parking following this academic year, as well as the construction of the 6-story parking garage. The construction will continue until May of 2027, with campus parking facilities hopeful that the finished product will ultimately provide long-term campus accessibility as well as traffic flow for all students and staff.
We now turn to Libby, who has all the updates in sports. Libby, what do you have for us?
Thanks, Kate. It's been a busy week for Clemson sports, with some impressive season openers and some tough losses. Kicking off their respective seasons on Monday, men's basketball faced the New Hampshire Wildcats, earning a decisive 88-38 win. With shutout performances from redshirt freshman Ace Buckner and senior RJ Godfrey, alongside impressive debuts from newcomers redshirt senior Nick Davidson and juniors Jake Wallen and Carter Welling, the Tigers are back in Littlejohn tomorrow night at 7 p.m. to play the Gardner-Webb Running Bulldogs. Women's basketball played USC Upstate on Monday morning, securing another blowout win, 76-38. Three players, junior Resnae Augustinate and seniors Mia Moore and Taylor Johnson-Matthews, all reached double-digit points. This team is on the road this week, facing the Mercer Bears tonight. Men's soccer ended the regular season with a tie against Virginia Tech. Sophomore Wahabu Musa, junior Mason Jimenez, and freshman Abdu Main all racked up points for the Tigers, but with 2 goals in the second half for the Hokies, Virginia Tech was able to tie it up. In the first round of the ACC tournament last night, the number 4 Tigers hosted Pitt, but fell in a frustrating 1-0 loss to the number 13 seed, officially ending the Tigers' bid for the conference title. Women's soccer also finished their regular season with a 3-2 loss against Duke. Freshman Natalie Brooks had her first career goal in the first half, and sophomore Anna Castenfeld knocked another one in the net for Clemson, but they were unable to defeat the Blue Devils. On the gridiron, another loss to Duke was met with outrage when the Clemson football team lost their lead in the last 2 minutes of the game, losing 46-45. Down to begin the game 21-7, Clemson, led by quarterback Cade Klubnik, made a powerful comeback, and the offense of both teams was fierce, with Clemson leading 45-38 near the end of the fourth quarter. With the first home victory since Troy seemingly inevitable, Death Valley was alive with enthusiasm, and shirts were waving in the student sections. However, on a 4th down play by the Blue Devils and a pass interference called on the Tigers, Duke was given the opportunity to score a touchdown and gain 2 extra points. Duke won the game with a score of 46-45, adding to the disheartening losses for the Tigers. In brighter news, volleyball won their match against the University of Virginia in 4 sets on Sunday. Though they dropped the first set, Clemson bounced back and won the next 3 sets. Powered by junior Kaya Gordon and seniors Mia McGrath and Mia Moore, this victory came after a tough loss to Virginia Tech on Friday, and the team will look to carry this momentum into the matches against Boston College Friday at 7 p.m. and Syracuse Sunday at 1 p.m. That's all I have in sports. Back to you.
Thanks, Libby. Staying in the sports world, our very own head football coach, Dabo Sweeney, has been fined by the ACC for comments made about officials after the Tigers' 46-45 loss against Duke last Saturday, November 1st. Late in the fourth quarter, on a 4th and 10 for the Blue Devils, a controversial flag was thrown on Clemson's junior defensive back Avion Terrell for a defensive pass interference. After the call, Duke gained a fresh set of downs, leading to a game-winning touchdown and successful 2-point conversion. With only 45 seconds remaining in the game, the Clemson Tigers were unsuccessful in getting downfield for a field goal to win the game.
After the game, in a press conference with head coach Sweeney, he stated how the game shouldn't have been decided by that call. Sweeney doubled down, claiming the play was, quote, one of the worst calls I've ever seen in a game ever, in my entire coaching career, ever. The comments made by Sweeney on the officiation was in direct violation of the ACC sportsmanship policy, which led to a $10,000 fine by the conference. Students and fans were in an uproar after the fine was announced, taking to social media and inputting their own personal commentary supporting Sweeney's views. The ACC also reviewed and confirmed that the call at the end of the game was correct. The Tigers are now 3-5.
The loss to Duke was just the beginning of the football team's troubles this week, as a Clemson football player was ticketed after trying to use a fake ID to try and buy liquor at a local store. The Clemson University Police Department responded to the incident around 2 in the morning by the Snow Family Outdoor Fitness and Wellness Complex, where they found Ari Watford, a true freshman defensive end for the Clemson Tigers, in possession of alcohol and marijuana.
Watford was never arrested, but only ticketed for having a fake ID, which is a misdemeanor, but was never charged for the possession of liquor and marijuana. Head coach Dabo Sweeney stated in a press conference on Tuesday that he was aware of the situation, but did not give any further comment. Watford remains a part of the football team after the incident.
The controversies surrounding Clemson football have certainly created a storm of discussion, but for a look at the actual forecast, let's turn things over to Tony Amato in the weather department for the report. Tony, what do you have for us?
Hey Tigers, the weather is significantly warmer than what we saw last week. On Friday, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds, with afternoon highs climbing up towards the upper 60s. Overnight, things will dip down into the mid-40s. As we head into the weekend, Saturday brings the highest temperatures, reaching the low 70s. But be ready for a chance, as we could see some light showers moving into the area, with lows dropping to the mid to upper 50s. The potential for rain continues into Sunday, though we'll still keep in mild air with highs around the upper 60s. Sunday night will be cool, with lows dipping down to the low 40s. Overall, it's a solid weekend to be outside and enjoy that last bit of warmth before it's gone. That's all I have here. Back to you, Ann.
Thanks, Tony. Tigers, get ready to trade in your football jerseys for concert tees as the next Death Valley Nights headliner has been announced.
Country music artist Morgan Wallen is performing as a part of his Still the Problem tour in June 26th and 27th of next summer. Wallen will perform alongside Brooks and Dunn and Ella Langley. Tickets are on pre-sale on the Clemson Athletics website now, with tickets going on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Well, that's all we have for you tonight. News nationally to locally, I'm Ann Withers.
And I'm Kate Taylor, Clemson News Now.